I could not think of a funny way to start this video, so it's just straight intro. But childhood video games. I barely remember half the games I played when I was a kid, because I really only played like the same 4 games over and over and over. But there are a handful that I do remember. And, you know, why don't we go through them? Now, I'm going to be skipping a lot of them. Like, I'm not going to say every game I ever played as a kid, because, again, I don't remember half of them. And I don't want to ask people just to get the answer that I played fucking carnival games and Ghostbusters on Wii. And I'm also going to be skipping Flash games and other more free online games. If it's important enough, I'll mention it, but I'm not going to talk about how I played Mario 63 and I used to play the user-generated levels and get really mad because I'd have to restart the game because someone made a level with like the world's largest pit. So why don't we get on with our first game. The first game I ever played, or at least have memories of playing, that being the Sonic & Knuckles collection on PC. Jesus Christ. I couldn't get this game to run on Windows XP. It was too powerful for this game. So I had to downgrade to Windows 98. Which for some reason wasn't outputting sound. But probably this is one of the worst ways to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because you use enter to jump. Gross. You can edit the controls, but the default controls, Jesus Christ. And it also doesn't help the fact that the music is using MIDI files, and the fact that none of the Michael Jackson tracks are there. You've heard this story actually probably billions of times, but a lot of the music in Sonic 3 and Knuckles is actually just Michael Jackson music. A good example is Ice Cap Zone. But very recently we found out that the songs that were used in this collection were present in the beta of Sonic 3. So that's interesting. Still doesn't help the fact that fucking the Michael Jackson music is still better. But I honestly don't have much to say about it. It's just Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
You actually played that as a kid?
Yeah. That was one of the first games I ever played that I at least have memories of. But hey, at least it was a game meant for kids. Unlike my second game, Serious Sam. Probably the demo, but I honestly don't remember. It might have been the full game. Yeah, Serious Sam was one of the first games I ever played. Or at least the first good game I ever played, because Sonic & Knuckles collection just wasn't hitting the spot. And overall, is this a good game for a little kid? No, this game's actually kind of fucking difficult for me now. And I don't remember ever really getting far. I remember shooting the headless kamikazes, but that was about it. I don't think I ever really made it far in that game. And I also don't know if it was only the demo I played. It could have been the full game. It could have been a beta. I honestly have no clue. Now, around this point in my life, I was playing so many goddamn Flash games like Happy Wheels and stuff. But then I got introduced to what would probably be one of my favorite series of all time through my grandma's house. That being the one and only Pikmin 2.
Is that where your obsession of that game came from?
Yep, you can blame my uncle for being a video game collector. Pikmin 2 was one hell of a game to play at such a young age, because this game is both challenging while also being pretty fucking easy. And I've probably played that tutorial more times than I can count. And honestly, I couldn't be happier to have a game like this. Pikmin 2 is the perfect video game to my standards. Fuck, it's actually one of my favorite games of all time, right next to Half-Life 2 and Left 4 Dead 2. I don't know what's up with the number fucking 2, man. But Pikmin 2 wasn't the only game. There was also Luigi's Mansion and Mario Kart Double Dash. Yeah, these were 2 other games I also used to play a whole bunch at my grandma's house. And Luigi's Mansion, I remember not being able to get far in that game. Like, Bogmire was a little difficult for me. Fuck, I think Chauncey was also pretty fucking difficult. And of course there was Boo Losses and King Boo, which I straight up had to ask my grandma to beat for me, because I could not do it for the life of me. They were too difficult. And you know what? Still to this fucking day, I struggle with Boo Losses. That fucker is annoying as shit to fight. Especially when there's only like 2 Boos left. I just remembered something else. This game used to scare the ever-living shit out of me. Because of these fucking paintings in like the first room with ghosts. And this room with the ballerina ghosts. Yeah, these paintings used to scare the shit out of me. Never got scared of PewDiePie playing Amnesia or Cry Fear. Never got scared of fucking Left 4 Dead. Never got scared of any of these games. But I got scared of these paintings in Luigi's Mansion. There was just something about them I didn't like. And Mario Kart Double Dash. We do not talk about Mario Kart Double Dash. Oh, Mario Kart Double Dash. Probably one of the worst Mario Kart games ever fucking made. It is so goddamn bad. All these GameCube fucking losers will say, this is one of the best Mario Karts next to Wii, DS, and 8. Tell them to go fuck themselves. This is one of the worst Mario Kart games of all fucking time. There is so many fucking issues with it. All the gameplay footage I recorded for this, I never got in first place once, except for Wario Stadium, and I was in first place for about 5 seconds. And trust me, I'm not bad at fucking Mario Kart. But Double Dash, there's something up about Double Dash. I remember looking up what rubber banding is, just so I had a better understanding of it, and it used Mario Kart Double Dash as an example, because the rubber banding in this game is so fucking terrible. You'll choose one set of characters, and for some fucking reason, everyone around you is faster than you. And you'll be like, okay, well, the guy in first place won 3 separate times, I guess he's a pretty good combo. You try it, and it's the worst fucking combo ever because it uses Koopa and fucking Wario. You know, the 2 worst ones. The Koopa only gives you 3 shells, and Wario gives you a bomb that never lands on anybody. And the special items, that's such a dumb gimmick for this game. Because that makes you pick and choose which character is actually good. Like, the baby characters are good, because they pretty much have what usually is a bullet bill, but it doesn't matter because you're always going to be in 4th, so you're never going to get it in the first place. And since the rubber banding is so ass, you'll never actually get it in game. Not once, even if you're in 8th place. Because for some reason this game has a real big fetish for giving you Koopa shells and mushrooms, so choosing Toad or the Koopa Troopas are useless because you're constantly getting green shells and mushrooms. In 2nd place, where you need a red shell and it just gives you 4 mushrooms in a goddamn row. This game fucking sucks. It's not good. Oh, and don't even get me started for how this game feels like you're constantly on ice. Jesus Christ, you're always on ice. Drifting is either too hard or so lenient you end up falling in a hole. And it gets to the point where when you play multiplayer Grand Prix with someone, you use them as a partner to actually help you get gold. Yeah, you're not competing anymore. It turns into fucking co-op. So whenever your friend gets a blue shell and you're in first, they'll hold on to the blue shell until someone else passes you, and then they'll use the blue shell. So you still win. That's how bad this fucking game is. It's so shit. I even asked my cousin if he had any memories of it. He never responded. He's pretty difficult to get a hold of, not gonna lie. But still, this is one of, if not the worst fucking Mario Kart games of all goddamn time. It is so bad. It's not even funny. And people will argue up and down it's good. It's not. Just because a game is hard doesn't mean it's fucking good. Like, there's no reason Race with Ryan is a better fucking game than Mario. But it is. And yet, somehow, this is one of the more expensive GameCube games. Around $60 to $80 for this fucking game.
If you're going to spend $60 or $80 on a GameCube game, at least make it a good one, like Twilight Princess or Mario Party, or fuck, even Paper Mario. If you're going to spend a bunch of money, why would it be Mario Kart Double Dash? Get Mario Kart Wii. That game's only around $30, and it's actually a good game. And one of the more difficult Mario Karts too, but it isn't bullshit like this one. Yeah, I have a lot on this topic. I never even unlocked Mirror Mode when I first played this game. That's how hard it was. I think I only got one gold trophy in 150cc. I pretty much 100%ed 50 and 100cc, but I only got one gold on 150, and it was for the flower cart, and it was for the flower cup. Edit. It wasn't the flower cup that I beat on 150cc. It was the mushroom cup. Because I remember doing it with my cousin and getting pretty fucking mad because all it unlocked was a battle mode stage. I think that might have been what made me quit the fucking game. That was it. This game sucks hard. It's so bad. It's not even funny. Anyway, enough with my bitching. Going back to the childhood games I actually have fond memories of.
Now, of course, my grandma's house wasn't the only place that I played games at. I also played games at my mom's house. And the earliest game I remember playing at my mom's house was fucking Left 4 Dead, and me just camping in a building and throwing a Molotov at my teammates. That's the only memory I ever have of playing a video game at my mom's house. I probably played more. I think I played Viva Pinata there as well. But I have so little memories of those two, I probably fucking suppressed them all. But going back to my dad and grandma's house, there was a few more games. And this one's a pretty special one. That being Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Yeah. Now, this one's an interesting one because this was probably one of the few games that I legitimately couldn't play myself. Like, when I was a kid. Because it was so fucking scary to me.
Yeah, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I was actually going to save this one for a Let's Play, but this fucking game is boring. Yeah, playing it recently just to grab the gameplay footage, this fucking game is boring as shit. I'm not too surprised I didn't make a Let's Play on this one. It would have ended after one episode. But yeah, what I specifically remember is kind of far into the game. I think it's only about halfway. Where you go into like a haunted house or a haunted place and a bunch of creepy shit happens. I couldn't play it. I was scared of it. This game scared the shit out of me. This game scared the living shit out of me. I could not fucking play this game for the life of me. It was too scary for me. And I remember my dad had like a cheated weapon. So I just play with that in God mode. And I found out there's like a werewolf you couldn't kill. That's all the memories I have of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Real quick thing to say about this game. I recorded 16 minutes of gameplay footage for this game. And about like 2 minutes of it is me actually playing the game. Yeah, that's how fucking bad this game is to record. All of its cutscenes or people running up to you to talk to you. The beginning of this game fucking sucks, and it doesn't help the fact that you can't skip the intro cutscene. And that intro cutscene actually lasts like 5 minutes.
Now, there's a bunch of other games that I remember that I'm going to be skipping. We're not talking about Wii games. I had too many. I had Carnival games, Wii Sports Resort, Wii Play, Ghostbusters for Wii, Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart Wii. Like, that's way too many to talk about. Like, I had so many Wii games. I even had quite a few GameCube games as well that I barely have any memories of. I know I had Madagascar, Monster House the game, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like, all these games, I barely remember anything that happened in them. And I actually have some of those games. Now, there's also games like Namco Museum, which I used to play quite a bit of, Pac-Man and shit. I've already talked about it. There isn't much for me to say, because it's just going to be a review of me talking about fucking Mappy and Pac-Man. And I already reviewed Pac-Man. But I do remember one game. It was a hidden object game. And that being Fishdom H2O.
This is the only hidden object game that I actually have, like fond memories of. This game is so fucking relaxing. It's so nice and fun. The other Fishdom games were just Candy Crush style games, while H2O was a hidden object one. Which means Big Fish Games fucking published it. You know, Big Fish Games, 4,000 fucking hidden object games they published. You know, Big Fish Games. But Fishdom is honestly one that I would still pick up today if you come across a copy. Just for that Fruitigo arrow. How the fuck do you even say that? For that fucking style, you know, fish in the skies. And I think I know a perfect company that hits that fucking mark perfectly. You know, Big Fish Games, 4,000 hidden object games they fucking publish. Big Fish Games. Yep. They hit that style perfectly. But there's also the relaxing, you know, fish tank mode you could be on. And this is actually one of the few games that I kept installed on my modern computer. Just for the occasional, I'll probably revisit it. But this game is honestly one that you should check out if you really like relaxing games. It used to be on 3DS. I wouldn't get that copy because it's a pain in the ass just to pirate that game. So just get the PC version, since there's like a 5-pack you can download off Internet Archive. Or you could pay $10 for the 5-pack. Because for some reason, no one has the single disc copy of the game for sale. But yeah, again, check this one out. This one's fucking relaxing. It's nice.
Yeah, I keep jumping back and forward in time. I can't help myself. I know my dad used to let me play Disgaea on his Xbox 360, one of 3 of them. And he would let me run around, and I almost overrided his save. I don't remember none of that. He just told me about it, so I don't really have much memories about Disgaea. I know I own it, and it's probably one of my favorite RPGs of all time. But I don't really remember much about Disgaea. But I do remember one game quite a bit that both my dad and my mom owned, and I'm pretty sure my mom gave me her copy. So the copy of this game that I have, which I've kept for so many years, is my mom's copy of this game. That being Spore.
Holy shit, Spore. I wish they would remaster this game and put it on consoles. Or fuck, just remaster the game and make it work with fucking Windows 10. This game is incredibly buggy if you just install the disc copy, or fuck, even just buy it on Steam. You have to install some patches just so you can even go online in the game. And of course there's the damn Dr. Pepper Robots DLC pack, which you can't get unless you pirate it. But don't worry, it was part of a giveaway. It was practically free. And actually, fun fact, there's some lost media related to that. There's a fucking Dr. Pepper football game that's lost media that you could only play on Origin. There's no gameplay footage, not a single fucking screenshot of the game, but we know it exists. And the only reason no one has anything about it was because it was on fucking Origin. Like the Dr. Pepper Robot Part Pack. And there's also DLC, and probably some of the only physical DLC I own. Like the cute and creepy parts pack in Galactic Adventures, which is practically unplayable unless you have an internet connection. But again, I can't access the fucking internet because the game thinks I'm playing on a modded version. And for some reason, when I installed the Dr. Pepper Robot Parts Pack, it updated my game, so now it doesn't need the fucking disc to run. I accidentally installed a no-crack CD fucking mod for my game. God damn it. But don't worry, I could always downgrade it. But no, I want my Dr. Pepper fucking Robots part pack. What was I talking about? Spore? Oh yeah, this game's great. It's fine. You have several stages. I'm not going to explain Spore. The game's on Game Pass, PC Game Pass, if you want to play Spore. But, and you can also get it on Steam for pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure it's 20 bucks for everything. But it is slightly annoying because Galactic Adventures and Spore are two separate EXE files, which isn't fun. But yeah, if you ever have the chance, play Spore. It's so good. If you're autistic, you'll fucking love this game. I should know. I think one of the reasons why I liked Spore so much was because you could kind of collect the creatures. Like, once you identify them, like, you'll just have, like, their little, like, fucking info card. Kind of like Super Paper Mario, or, fuck, even games like Pikmin 2. And since the game has user-generated content, that means you have an infinite possibilities for stuff you could discover in the game. And that's what I love about it so much. I've always been a big fan of these collect-a-thon games, where you can just collect a bunch of random shit. That's why I love Pikmin 2 so much. And this game is no exception to that rule. I just love collecting stuff.
Now this is a fun memory to remember about. I remember emulating Parappa the Rapper 2. Now, why am I specifically talking about an emulated copy? Why aren't you talking about this game like you owned it? Well, it's because Parappa the Rapper 2 was one of those games that was the world's largest pain in the ass to emulate. I'm not fucking joking. There was two different options for emulator settings. I don't know what those settings are, don't ask. But one of them, it would cover up what buttons you're supposed to press, making the game actually unplayable, which fucking sucked. And I remember needing to look up a YouTube video on how to fix it. And the only way to fix it was to have this little fucking funny black square in the corner. That's fun. Of course, now you can emulate this game perfectly fine. The game's actually playable now. But that is legitimately how I beat this entire fucking game. Was with that black square in the fucking corner. Until I eventually got a PlayStation 2, and I went to Entertain Mart or Vintage Stock, I don't remember which place, and got a chance to pick up a PlayStation 2 game. Now, there was two games I was looking at. They were both 20 bucks. That was Parappa the Rapper 2 or Katamari Damacy. I never got to play Katamari Damacy for the longest fucking time, but Parappa the Rapper 2 was an option, and I went with that game, because I knew I liked that one. I didn't know if I would like Katamari Damacy, so I picked up my copy of Parappa the Rapper 2. And I still have the copy to this day, and it still works. And it is in god-awful condition. Like, I mean, it really bad condition. Like, it's torn up. But this is my childhood copy of this game. And if you know anything about rhythm games, you know Parappa the Rapper 2. Fuck, for how much I reference Friday Night Funkin' and Athos, I fucking hate that game. Now, I've never been a fan of DDR games, and it's because for some fucking reason they think, yeah, let's make it so your fingers have to become tool-assisted fucking jackhammers to be able to play some of these fucking tracks. While Parappa the Rapper is one of those games where you can just fucking settle it down a little bit. Not the first game. The first game's fucking impossible, but the second game, though, just fucking settle it down. You know, it's just, oh, X square, triangle, R2. You know? So I have a lot of respect for Parappa the Rapper 2. And of course, it's one of the best soundtracks of all time. Now, I'm not really big on video game soundtracks, because I like music with lyrics, and since Parappa the Rapper 2 has lyrics, all the Parappa games are some of the best fucking soundtracks. Parappa, Jammalami, Parappa 2. Best fucking soundtracks of all time. I'm not joking. If you want to know my personal favorites, Big, with the fucking ant, the video game one, where he plays fucking VR, and Colonel Noodle. Those are my favorite ones. And shout out to fucking Toast Buns. I like that one too. But that one is too slow, and it's just one word. So that one's not high on my priority. But those three, fucking perfect. The best songs in the fucking game. Now, Parappa the Rapper is a good game, but do you know what's better? Little Big Planet. Yeah. In 2015, Christmas of 2015, I got a PlayStation 3 with 3 games. Little Big Planet 1, Little Big Planet 2, and Little Big Planet 3. I got carding way afterwards, so I never really got to experience this one all that much, and I think when I did get the game, I fucking hated it. But these 3 games were probably some of the most fun fucking games of all time. Fuck, I nearly 100%ed this one. And then an update happened, it deleted my save, and now the game says I'm like 140% done with it. It's fucking crazy. This one glitched. This one was fucking bad. Like, this one was glitchy as fuck. Now, I haven't played these games very recently anymore because the internet has been shut off on all of them, and you have to use a hacked fucking PS3 to even play them online anymore. And I don't want to deal with that. And I remember getting legitimately pissed off because no one archived the Chris Chan levels until that giant level archive came out, so now we have them. But sifting through that is actually fucking torture. So they're still pretty much lost unless someone fucking goes through them, grabs those, and uploads those separately. But still, I do have old footage of me playing at least the 3rd game online, including the Chris Chan levels, don't fucking worry. And they're not the best quality. This was before I got a capture card. But still, these games are fun. These are probably some of the most fun games. Fuck, even just fucking around in create mode was enough for me to be happy. And I remember stealing other people's Sackboy skins, so I have like a bunch of emo girl shit. But still, to this day, this is the best fucking trilogy of games of all time. And I wish they would make a 4th game, but since Sony barely gives a shit about Sackboy anymore, I don't think we'll be seeing these guys anytime soon. Unless Sony fully fucking gets rid of these guys, so we could have an Xbox port of these fucking games. Could you fucking imagine these games on Xbox? Holy shit. If these weren't exclusive to PlayStation, and these were on PC and Xbox, this would probably be one of the most successful fucking game series of all time. Or at least up there. Like, holy shit. But sadly, it's PlayStation exclusive, and the best one is PlayStation 3 exclusive, Little Big Planet 2. Which I surprisingly have 0 footage of Little Big Planet 2. I have plenty of 3, I have about an hour's worth of 1, I have 0 for Little Big Planet 2. Now this one is near and dear to me. I've always kind of liked the Fallout franchise, but the one that put it on the radar for me and made me fucking love these games with hacked items, because my dad fucking loved cheating in his fucking games, and he still does to this day. Any fucking game he plays, he cheats in them. Because he doesn't want to grind. But that game that made me fucking love Fallout, or at least post-tactic games, was Fallout 3. This is one of the first Fallout games I've played. And I remember going to the town that's like, the town that gets killed off by a shit ton of super mutants. I remember going in there with like a modded nuke and, you know, God mode, and killing everybody and dragging a woman corpse that was nude. Not like fully nude, but like, you know, Fallout 3 nude, where it's just like underwear. And putting it on a bed and calling her my wife. And a mole rat that I killed and calling it my dog. I wonder if that left any impact on my life.
Why did you pan the camera towards me?
The viewers can guess. Now, Fallout New Vegas, I know I played a little bit of that one, but I never got into it as much as I got into Fallout 3. And I would still say Fallout 3 is one of my more favorite ones. But now that I've actually played New Vegas, I can easily fucking say New Vegas is one of the best fucking Fallout games. But, you know, 3 still has a soft spot in my heart. Because of all the good memories I had with it. I loved Fallout 3. Now, of course, the version that I played on my dad's computer, I think was through GOG, because it had the little circular icon. Or it could have been a no crack, no CD, no Games for Windows Live cracked version. Still to this day, me and my dad pirate games all the fucking time. If we think the game deserves to be pirated. Like for me, it was Pikmin 4. Now, I own a copy of Pikmin 4, but I pirated the game. Because I'm not buying a fucking Switch just to capture gameplay footage. I'm not buying a second fucking Nintendo Switch just so I can plug it into my fucking TV, okay? If I want to play fucking Pikmin 4 with a goddamn Xbox controller, I should be able to. But you can't hack the fucking Switch Lite. You can't fucking do anything. And Nintendo's being a little fucking baby bitch and be like, oh, you hacked your Switch? Okay, how about you lose your fucking $300 console? Fuck you, Nintendo. I'm pirating all your fucking games from now on. Or buying them secondhand, like I did with all these games. The only first-party Nintendo game that I fucking bought with my own goddamn money that wasn't secondhand was Pikmin 4. And that was a pre-order from fucking GameStop. Yeah, fuck you, Nintendo. I buy all my fucking Nintendo games secondhand, so they don't see any of my fucking money. The only people who get to see my fucking money are the people who bought 15 fucking copies of Mario 3D All-Stars and are selling them for full price. Brand new. That's how I got Mario 3D All-Stars, by the way. You ever play Call of Duty World at War? Yeah, one of the first Call of Duty games I ever played, World at War, and it was through PlayStation 3 with my cousin, because it was his copy. I don't have any footage of it. I actually just straight up don't even own Call of Duty World at War. I had a lot of good memories of it, though. If my cousin ever comes over and we get a chance to play a Call of Duty game, I'm actually going to fucking capture footage. The only multiplayer games I have... The only footage I have of multiplayer games with him is Slendytubbies 3 and Left 4 Dead 2. None for any Call of Duty games, which are sadly the most fun to sit through. I remember anytime... We used to play Shell Shockers a lot, too. It was this fucking online Battle Royale, I think, type game. It's just a free-for-all fuck-around game. But... every time I would see him, I would say, located, and that became kind of an inside joke, and I think that actually went into fucking, Call of Duty, so every time I would see him, I'd say located. It was so fun, and hopefully, I'll actually be able to have a lot more, you know, multiplayer footage, but also more gameplay with him, because he's, like, the only fucking person I can ask to play local co-op games, since all my friends fucking hate me. And, you know, like that one woman said, I don't need friends, they disappoint me. So, he's really the only person that I have to play local multiplayer games with. Online multiplayer, you know, I'll just join a fucking random lobby. But local multiplayer, he's the only person, and it's a rare fucking occurrence. Now, of course, I'm trying to stay away from stuff like past Wii U, but I have talked about some things that are past Wii U. This is one of them. This was one of the first ever games I bought with my own money from doing chores. That being Sonic Schoolhouse on PC. This is one of the first games I ever bought. I paid $10 for this off Amazon. And wouldn't you know it, this is one of the rarest copies of the fucking game. Yeah, the version of the game that doesn't say Sega PC anywhere on the case is one of the rarest copies of the game. This is the first release copy of Sonic fucking Schoolhouse. This copy was loved to death. It has... The case is broken, so it doesn't fucking close. The disc is scratched quite a bit. It still works, don't worry. And, of course, I archived this. The manual has water damage, which wasn't there before. That was from me. I think I spilt some shit on this case and got mad at it. And got kind of fucking pissed. Yeah, this has been a well-loved copy of Sonic Schoolhouse. I had it before I even fucking moved here. Yeah. Here's old footage of me fucking playing it at my great-grandma's house. From before I moved here. That's how long I've had this fucking game. Honestly, I'm not too mad. This has got me quite a bit of entertainment value out of. I had that playing Sonic Schoolhouse every day, and I did that for a month before fucking giving up because my Windows XP installation fucked up. But yeah. Now, of course, this wasn't the only game. After I moved here, one of the first games I ever bought with my own chore money. Also from Amazon, because my dad didn't trust eBay until he got locked out of his Amazon account. It asked him for a credit card he didn't fucking have anymore. And it took him 2 separate calls just so he could delete his fucking account because he couldn't log into it. 2 separate calls to the, help center. And they both gave him completely different instructions. And he was still getting charged for Prime even though he couldn't access the account anymore. We don't trust Amazon anymore. I think Amazon is less trustworthy than fucking Craigslist at this point. And I don't blame them. I remember spending $17 on a Tim and Eric Season 4. And it never fucking arrived. It never even took the money out of my account. And I was so sick and tired of the possible chance it could take just $17 out of my fucking account that I canceled it until I got fucking birthday money. And then I was finally able to spend $40 fucking on Season 4 of Tim and Eric. Awesome show. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck Amazon. And the reason why it wouldn't take the fucking money out was because they didn't have it in stock. Then why was there a fucking listing if it wasn't in stock? Anyway, I bought this game. To Love Ru, Waku Waku, some bullshit, I don't remember the full name. Yeah, this was one of the first games I bought. It was brand new. I paid $10 for it. Yeah. And it's complete in box. Which is awesome. But yeah, this was one of the first games I bought with my own chore money after I moved here. To Love Ru. So this was the first game I ever bought with my chore money. And this was the first money I bought with my chore money at this house. Yeah, wildly different games. Sexual Harassment the Game and fucking Baby Simulator. I don't have much to say about this game. I've already kind of reviewed it in the entire video about To Love Ru, which is, if you don't know, one of my favorite animes. It's like number 3. Because, To Love Ru isn't as good as Dragon Maid or fucking Mitsumoe, which are fucking some of the best animes you could ever fucking watch. Mitsumoe, if you love fucking comedy, that shit is hilarious, and Dragon Maid's just honestly a good fucking anime. And that's coming from me, someone who barely watches anime and watches fucking Adam Sandler movies. But To Love Ru is still on that list. I'll never rewatch it, but it's still pretty good. I recommend watching it. Don't play the games, because they're not that good. Yeah, a game based on the first ever anime I ever fucking watched and sat down and watched. Now, we're closing off this video because I don't really have any other games. Of course, there was shit like Minecraft, Half-Life. No, Gary's Mod. I never owned Half-Life 2 as a kid. I had Gary's Mod. And Gary's Mod was the reason I got my Steam account banned. Because I hacked in the Gary achievement using a achievement manager. So yeah, that's how I got back banned from even just buying fucking games off Steam. So yeah, there was Gary's Mod, there was Minecraft, and of course Wii U and 3DS shit like Tomodachi Life, Pikmin 3, Mario Maker. I have all those games, but I don't really have any stories about it. I 100%ed Pikmin 3, which, I mean, that's pretty interesting. Mario Maker, I don't know, I had the delisted Shaun the Sheep costume. Because I was keeping fucking high track on that game. I bought that game at fucking release. Same thing with Tomodachi Life and Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3 was one of the first Wii U games we got. We also got fucking Mario Kart 8 and the bundled in New Super Mario Bros. With New Super Luigi U. There's also Mario 3D World and all that stuff as well. And, of course, there was also the Nintendo Switch, which one of the first Switch games we got was Mario Odyssey and Snipper Clips. I beat Snipper Clips the day we fucking got it. It only took about 6 hours. And Mario Odyssey was fun. That's one of those games I wouldn't actually mind buying again, but I don't want to spend fucking $30 on Mario Odyssey. Especially if I just fucking pirate it. Yeah, the least I have to use that fucking Switch, the happier I am. And there's also a few other games. Like, one of my first Xbox 360 games was Duke Nukem 3D and Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2, which I broke in front of my cousin because he kept playing it, and I wasn't happy about it. That's a real story, by the way. That's why I don't own Black Ops 1 and 2. It's because I broke it in front of him. Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, that's pretty much all the games I've had in my childhood. There's a few more, like Smash Bros. 3DS and Hey Pikmin, but again, I don't have much to say about them. I don't have many memories of them. And, you know, all these games, you know, I had a shitload of games as a kid. Like, almost every week I was playing a new fucking game. So I barely remember much about any of these. And the ones that I do have a lot of shit to say about, I've either already talked about, or I thought I had a lot to say, but it was me just saying the soundtrack's fucking good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. This was fun to make and re-look at some of these older games. And honestly, maybe you might want to try some of these games too, because these aren't bad games. A lot of them are really good. These are bad ones. Mario Kart Double Dash is also a really fucking bad one. But Parappa, Little Big Planet, Spore, Fishdom H2O, Pikmin 2, like, all these games are really fucking good. And if you haven't tried them, fucking try them. They're really good. And some of these games are actually so old that you can just go on the Internet Archive and download them. Like the Little Big Planet games. Those aren't even being supported by Sony anymore. You can just get a PlayStation 3 emulator and fucking emulate them. Spore, even though it's on Game Pass, the game came on a disc and was one of, like, the main games you would get a no CD cracked pirated copy of. Because that game had some pretty fucking intense DRM. And Fallout 3, it's fucking Fallout 3. That game couldn't even run on Windows 10 when it was on Steam because of Games for Windows Live. Literally, Steam would give you warnings saying this game might not run on Windows 10. So yeah, that's how old Fallout fucking 3 was. But of course, there's the patch you could get to get rid of the Xbox Live, the Games for Windows Live shit. So yeah, I hope I, you know, got you to play some of these games. And again, this isn't all of them. It's not. It will never be all of them. I'll never be able to talk about them all. And a lot of the ones that I did have memories of playing as a kid, I've already talked about. So, I don't know, just watch some of the old shit from this season. Like Sploder, the fucking Kinect prototype amiibo shit. I don't know.
What about my childhood games? I remember most of them.
Alright, next video. Your childhood games. Because this channel hasn't had enough of you yet.